How we going, Supercar fans? Back again, do another episode for you guys in the ATM. Auckland SuperSprint over at Bukakowie, New Zealand has just finished, and while it was an absolutely fantastic weekend, but before we head into that, I just want to say a couple of quick things. First off, deep apologies to everyone that was hoping to see the Bathurst and Surfers Paradise recaps. Unfortunately, I've had a hell of a lot of internet connection failures here lately, and haven't been able to upload them, and I apologise for all that. I do have the videos on my phone, it's just they won't get uploaded. As long as that as well, the track guide for Bathurst also has had some issues, so literally guys, I've just come to the time and point where I've just given up on those two recaps. So, but we already know who won Bathurst, David Reynolds obviously, and then Surfers Paradise a couple of weeks ago. So guys, Auckland, it was fantastic. It was absolutely awesome. It was a great day yesterday. It was fantastic. A lot of rain. Qualifying was obviously cancelled after a couple of minutes. It rained that hard that they had to red flag the session because it was just too dangerous. There was vision of Chaz Mostert just skating up after turn 4, and it was just crazy. It was absolutely insane. So guys, this is the Auckland Super Sprint recap. So guys, Auckland was absolutely awesome this weekend. It was great racing. It rained on the Saturday. It didn't rain as much on Sunday, or well, it didn't actually rain at all on Sunday until the podium finishes. But we will do one thing at a time here, and we'll go straight back to race 23. And sadly enough, actually, I posted up on Instagram it was race 24. My mistake. It was actually race 23. But here we go with race 23, guys. Jamie Winkup had a great start from everybody. Within the first couple of corners, he was like a second in front of everyone, and so he was showing really great pace. Sadly enough, though, like about 5 or 6 laps in, he started losing the rear end a lot, heading into turn, I think it was 4, and what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actually. At the end of the back straight, just where the chicane is, at turn 5. Every time he was shaky coming in and going out as well. There wasn't really a good lap there for a good 15 laps where he actually had a decent run through there. But Jason Bright and Lee Holsworth got tangled up as well at turn 1 on the first lap. What else happened? James Courtney was the first one to come in for a pit stop on lap 10. And then SVG followed after that at lap 11. Mark Winterbottom, Scotty Mack, Garth Tander and Nick Percat at lap 13 came in also, and then Winkup came in at that lap, but wasn't until after, and then also got out in front of Scotty Mack, which was great as well. So good stuff for him. As we resumed race 23, Jamie Winkup did something to Scotty Mack, and it was pretty bad, which landed him a bad sportsmanship flag, and I'm going to show it right here. There was plenty of racing room this weekend, but unfortunately for this incident there wasn't enough, and Jamie Winkup sort of just ran Scotty just a little bit too wide at the exit of turn 8, and it wasn't nothing major. I didn't think that there was anything in it. It was just clean racing, I guess. That's what you see everywhere else, so why not see it here? But yeah, Winkup sort of ran him wide onto the grass. Scotty Mack didn't really, have an incident or whatever else. He did lose a couple of tenths, I understand that, but there was nothing major in it. And for him to get a bad sportsmanship flag for it was a little disheartening for him. But that's all part of it, I guess. It's conspiracy theories. Kidding, by the way. Supercars, please don't take this down. But Courtney went into the fence at turn 3, and that was on lap 31, and I brought out safety car. Now he actually resumed, and safety car sort of came out for one lap and then pissed off back into the pits again. But yeah, Courtney just had like a little moment sort of skated on at turn 2 and then into the fence. Just between turn 3 and turn 4. Whether or not you want to call it turn 3 or turn 4, I don't know, but I'm calling it the exit of turn 3 anyway, heading into turn 4. So, yeah, it was just a little lock-up that he had and sort of sent him off into the fence anyway. But he resumed, which was great. And then Scotty Mac kind of did the same thing to Whincup a couple of laps after that as well. So, and in the exact same spot. So, and he didn't get anything. Scotty didn't get anything for it, pretty much for doing the same thing. So, whether or not it should have been fair if Scotty got a penalty or not for it, or a drive-through at least, I don't know. But Red Bull were pretty hot about it after the penalty that Supercars gave Whincup for his little bad sportsmanship moment, where Scotty does the same thing and doesn't get anything for it. So, I don't know, there. And also on that lap as well, Whincup had a massive moment heading into turn 1, and it was a great save, don't get me wrong. It must have been scary in the car for him, and his heart rate must have went through the roof, but to head into turn 1 at 265 k's on a dampish, wet-ish track with dry tyres on, sideways, on a bumpy ass circuit, it's quite scary to do that, and to survive that would have been really it's really good that he knows how to keep control of these cars. But yet all of them know how to keep control of these cars, otherwise they wouldn't be there. But no, it was a really good save, and hats off to him for saving that car and not getting as much damage. I did hear that he did have a slight leak in the tyre after that, but whether or not that was true or not, I'm not too sure. But Dale Wood also, turn 3, heading into turn 4. Went off as well, hit the wall, but he also resumed as well, which brought the safety car out though. He more or less hit it, reversed, and then went out. That's how quick it was. But yeah, pretty much just brought the safety car out. And that was on lap 52, and then the race resumed at lap 54. And then the big talking point of the race on lap 57, lost it with a rear lock-up. Heading into turn, I'm pretty sure it was 6, yes. Heading into turn 6, hit David Reynolds. And that sort of, pushed Dave off the track a little bit. Mostert wanted to redress the situation, which he did. And Reynolds took off, but they were side by side. And Tim Slade went through. Fabian Coulthard was right behind David Reynolds, and then passed David Reynolds just before turn 7. And then, turn 7. And then Fabs obviously didn't see Reynolds on the inside, and he's hit him. Reynolds went through the side, the sand trap sideways, and Fabs flipped the car. There's a little bit of footage for that for you there, but yeah, it was a very hairy situation, and it could have been a lot worse. Mostert did get a drive-through for that, which sort of has taken him now out of championship contention until after today, and we'll get to that just soon. But yeah, this incident could have been a hell of a lot worse than what it was. Thankfully for Chaz, he didn't just take off like what most other drivers would have done and then had to receive like a massive ass time penalty for that. But Chaz was smart enough. He sort of let David come back onto the track, and then the unfortunate circumstances after that just occurred, and yeah, for Fabs ended up rolling the car. So and then that put obviously David Reynolds out as well, which was sad too, because Reynolds was on for a top 10 finish, like he has been all year. He's been the absolute dark horse for the Supercars, and Erebus should be so proud that they signed him. Not so much sure about Dale Wood, but Davey's a really great driver, and to win Bathurst as well, which was great for not only himself but for the team as well. Sort of boosted their popularity up just a little bit, and David is a crowd pleaser. We all know that. We all chanted for Duffy up there at Bathurst. But no, it was just really sad to see him in the fence at at the end of yesterday's race. But, you know, instead of this sob story that I'm going to give you, the race after that was then time certain. Only lasted 66 laps, which was, 5 short of the actual race itself. And then we obviously found out on lap 64 that Chaz got his time penalty, drive-through time penalty as well. So, and then SVG obviously winning it yesterday afternoon ahead of Winterbottom, and Scotty Mac finished third. So Scotty Mac finished on the podium twice this weekend, which was great. But here's the results right here. And yeah, it was an absolutely fantastic weekend. It was a fantastic race 23 actually. I was really surprised with the results, and I'll tell you why. SVG in first, Mark Winterbottom in second, Scotty Mac in third. Now Jamie Winkup obviously finished fourth. Jason Bright, his first top 10 finish for a long time. Tim Slade again, another top 10 finish. Garth Tander again up there as well. Craig Lowndes, now he's been quiet obviously all year. He's slowly starting to pick his way up. But yeah, it was good to see him in the top 10 as well. Cam Waters, yeah, whoop-de-doo. Lee Holsworth, top 10 finish. Woohoo! In the top 10, I was so happy. Rick Kelly in 11th. Will Davison in 12th. James Moffat 13th. That was a big turnaround after his Bathurst crash as well. Scott Pine 14th. Todd Kelly 15th. Nick Percat, Michael Caruso, Simona Di Silvestro finished 18th. Yay! Go Simona. That's her biggest start. That's her best result finish so far this year. So big congratulations to her. Tim Blanchard 19th. Dale Wood 20th. Aaron Russell, the fellow Novocastrian, finished in 21st place. And yeah, big congratulations to him too. My man, Jack Perkins, who replaced Alex Rullo at Lucas Dumbrell's number 62 car, finished in 22nd. Now, Chaz Mostert obviously receiving that drive-through time penalty. He finished 23rd. David Reynolds finished 24th. James Courtney 25th. And Fabian Coulthard 26th. I actually don't think that Fab's finished. No, he didn't, because he rolled the car. Duh. but yeah, that was a really good race 23, guys. And stick around for race, guys. Race 24 just finished about 15, 20, 25, half an hour, I don't know, a while ago now. And it was great. It was fantastic. But not that much to review on. First lap was probably the most exciting part of the whole race, and that was it. And I will explain why. It was a great start until turn 8. Cam Waters and Mark Winterbottom tangled with Chaz Mostert. Now that's 3 PRA cars crashing into each other. Now that's not good, and I cannot imagine what the debriefing is going to be like at the end of the day. But you know, whether or not there's going to be any penalties after that, now they are investigating as we speak. But whether or not anything will actually happen after that, I'm not too sure. Cam Waters obviously finished third. Yeah, spoiler alert. He finished third, but whether or not he will lose that position now, I don't know, because of a time penalty coming up later. We're not sure. We don't know. We have no idea. But sadly enough for Chaz, even after his great comeback, is sadly enough now out of championship contention, which sucks because he had an absolutely almighty year this year, finishing in top 10 most races apart from Bathurst. But no, actually, I think he did finish in the top 10 at Bathurst. We'll have a look at that soon. But I don't know, did he finish in the top 10? I'm not too sure. I can't remember. I don't know. I'm asking my supervisor. But you know what? Give me a second. I'm gonna have a look at this. I'm gonna have a look because I've got the results here for Bathurst somewhere. He did. He actually finished 10th. There you go. Chaz finished 10th. So there you go. Chaz has finished 10th in every single race this year, all close to it. And for him to have a really shit weekend this weekend sucks, and now it's putting him out of championship contention. As well, there's a big question mark over Shane Van Gisbergen as well after today's performance, crashing into Tim Slade at the pit entry. Spastic. Obviously doesn't know how to slow down to 40 k's anymore. So, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, yes, as I was saying, Cam Waters hit Mark Winterbottom into Chaz Mostert, and that sort of, you know, spun all three of them. And then, sadly enough, he had to hit everybody. Poor Lee. And that put him out of the race. I was sad. I actually started crying. Not really. I was joking. Don't laugh! Lee, unfortunately, hit Mark Winterbottom, and that completely, not shattered the front end, but it was bad enough to garage him for the rest of the race. And, yeah, all that post-race investigations are happening right now, and like I said, whether or not anyone gets penalised for it, we have no idea. But realistically, guys, there was not much to report on at all. I have 4 notes throughout that whole race. There was nothing. It was just clean racing throughout the whole time. And, you know, it was good. That's pretty much it. And to end it on that, we Cup 1 in front of Scotty Mack and Cam Waters. Now, like I said before, whether or not Cam gets penalised for all that stuff that happened at Turn 1 on lap 1, Turn 8, sorry, no, Turn 6, no, Turn 4, I don't know, one of them. We'll see what happens. So, but I will post the, I will now post up the results right here, which is funny because you guys can see it and I can't because I haven't found them. Here it is. Alright, so Jamie Whincup finished ahead of Scott McLaughlin, and it was 5 seconds up the road, so I actually thought it was a lot closer than that. Yes? What? Lowndes finished 4th. Ooh, good question. Yeah, good one actually. Here we go. So Jamie Whincup finished 1st. Scotty Mack finished 2nd. Cam Waters finished 3rd. Now, if something happens to the penalty-wise of Cam Waters, we could potentially see Craig Lowndes on the podium for the first time this year. Now, if you're a Craig Lowndes fan, that's exciting news. That is really exciting news. So, whether or not that will actually happen or not, I'm not too sure, but let's keep our fingers crossed for Lounsey. Hashtag pray for Lowndes. But we'll keep going. In P5 we had Fabian Coulthard, Garth Tander again with another top 10 finish today. Chaz Mostert 7th, Jason Bright 5th, my back is killing me. James Moffat 9th, Scott Pye, good race in 10. Michael Caruso, the best of the Nissans, finishing in 11th. Rick Kelly in 12th, David Reynolds after a weekend, finished 13th. Nick Percat. Now, if you didn't actually see his livery, it looks terrible. I don't know why he has to keep changing it every race. I don't know why, but it's just weird. But yeah, he finished 14th. Tim Slade, 15th. Tim Blanchard, 16th. Seems like everyone right now is finishing in Tim's. But Simona Di Silvestro, how I said before that she finished 19th or whatever, and it was the best result. She actually finished 17th in this one, which makes it the best result ever for her. Todd Kelly in 18th, Mark Winterbottom in 19th, Dale Wood in 20th, Aaron Russell in 21st, Jack Perkins in 22nd, Will Davis in 23rd, Jamie Gisberg in 24th, and James Courtney and Lee Holsworth in finished race. So, there you go, guys. There's race 24 done and dusted. Don't forget that Newcastle is 2 weeks away. Well, a week and 6 days, because the first race for that weekend is actually on the Saturday, so it's actually a week and 6 days. So we're inside 2 weeks until that. I'm looking forward to it. I know a hell of a lot more people looking forward to it as well. We're looking at about 150,000 people there for the 3 days. Don't forget Cold Chisel and all that are performing that weekend as well, along with Delta Not So Goodrum and the Veronicas. And Spiderbait is also there as well. So, and from what I've heard, they're performing at the Civic Centre and not actually at the circuit. So people that are wanting to go see those concerts, please head down to the Civic Centre as soon as you can after the races so you can get your best seats or whatever and blah blah blah. But other than that, hope you enjoyed the recap, guys. Hopefully this one goes up, unlike Bathurst and Surfers Paradise where they didn't, and also the track guide as well. The poster that I'm doing the giveaway for will be revealed now after the Newcastle 500. There's still entry fees, guys, to rename the channel for me, so quickly do that. as much as you can. Guys, you know what to do now. Leave the likes, leave comments, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in 2 weeks after the Newcastle 500. Peace.